Hi there, Gemini. How are you, my darlings? I'm very excited to be doing your October tarot reading update. So let's see what's on the cards for you this coming October. If this is your first time to my page, welcome. My name is Chantell, and I'm very excited to be here doing this reading for you. So to kick today's reading off, we're going to be starting with the animal oracle. Okay, this is going to find out what animal spirits are guiding you in the month of October. So we're going to see what general messages come through from the animal spirits. Then we're going to move into the wisdom oracle. We're going to get general messages from your guides, guardians, and angels for this collective Gemini. And then, of course, we're going to get into the juice. We're going to get into the gossip. We're going to get into the tea with our tarot friends, and that is going to bring in all of the details for your collective reading. So let's get started. All right, my darling. So let's kick off with your animal guides and see what animal spirit is guiding you in the month of October. That's going to tell us a lot already about what the energies are around Gemini. And we've got the deer. The deer has come out, which is all about renewal. This is also about grace. This is also about beauty. I'm really getting messages already for you, Gemini, that I feel like the month of October is really going to be guided by the deer spirit with regards to how you're dealing with obstacles. Okay, I'm seeing a deer actually jump over obstacles, and they do it very gracefully. So I feel like this is really about you kind of having fun with the fact that maybe things aren't really working out, kind of like it's almost like seeing life as a bit of a joke in a playful way. And that makes sense for Gemini, because Gemini are quite playful, and this is about you shifting your perspective on how you're currently viewing obstacles in life and kind of seeing the greater picture. Oh, that's very interesting. We have elk on the bottom. Actually, that's just shown up as well, which are two very polarizing energies. And it's really showing that duality, which you also have in your personality, that ability to adapt and those sorts of things. So you have deer guiding you in the month of October, Gemini. Okay, we'll get some more information on that as the reading goes along, but let's see what messages you have from your wisdom oracle, guides, guardians, angels. I'm open to receiving messages that you have here for the Gemini collective for the month of October 2025. What is the message here for Gemini? We have a fork in the road, a decision to be made in October. What other messages do you have? You're definitely guided this month, Gemini. There's definitely a lot of energy around you, a lot of angel energy around you. Okay, so you're not alone with this big transition that you're going through. If you are going through a transitional period, I'm just getting that vibe, especially with that fork in the road. And we also have no place like home coming out, which is a calling for you to recenter yourself or go back to your childhood roots or your home in some kind of way. We have serendipity showing up on the bottom there as well. Okay, so something fated in the month of October. So we've got your home as a theme, a decision, a fork in the road as your theme. You're something to do with your direction here and your purpose, and you gracefully jumping over hurdles. Okay, so now let's get into the tarot and see what comes out for you. Okay, we're going to get all the details now, Gemini. We're going to get all the details. Okay. What messages do you have for Gemini, please, Spirit? The Ace of Swords. All right, there's a breakthrough coming, and the Four of Pentacles reversed. You're coming out of lack energy. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's the Page of Swords, not the Ace of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles as your first two cards out. Okay, which, is really interesting, because the Page of Swords to me is very similar to this card, the Fork in the Road. The Page of Swords to me, it is also known as the card of like spying and someone collecting intel and information. But, it also talks a lot about the throat chakra and sometimes feeling a little bit fearful stepping into new chapters, okay? Not feeling like you have all of the answers and not knowing how to proceed with something. So it might be a card about you collecting more data and intel, or feeling like you need more information or knowledge before moving in a certain direction. With that Four of Pentacles energy coming out reverse, though, I do feel like there is just this, you're not as generally abundant as you would like to feel. There is this energy of fear coming in your energy right now, Gemini. So a feeling of restriction, the Knight of Swords. which is kind of a stop-starting energy. It's someone that's quite impulsive and wanting to kind of hit the trigger and get going and, this kind of energy. But I do feel like you're being asked to pause. There is this energy of you needing to ground, okay? Needing to ground your energy, which is why the No Place Like Home card is here for you, Gemini, for the month of October. Because this is really about you grounding back into your originality, into your original why. If you feel like you've been a bit lost with your purpose, they're asking you to connect back in with your true essence, like your child, like going right back to your childhood and asking, when I was a child, and if someone asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? What would my answer be? That's what they really want you to tap into this month, is really honing in on what is my why? Why am I here? What are my dreams and goals? What did I want to be when I was a child? What am I here for? Why am I having this experience? And really getting to the brass roots of why you're actually here at all on this beautiful planet, serving at this time. That's what they really want you to focus on. And I feel like there's been a lack of stability in your life, because I feel like, Gemini, you're not feeling like you're where you wanted to be at this point in your life, which is why they're wanting you to reflect on the past and really getting back into your why. That's why this fork in the road card is showing up, because right now they're urging you to make a decision. And that's why the deer spirit is guiding you on that, because they don't want you to act too hastily here with the Knight of Swords. They don't want you to be impulsive or trigger happy and just going forward with something because you think that's what you need to be doing. They want you to get really clear on your mission and really clear on your purpose. And with the Eight of Wands showing up, once you do, there's going to be very rapid momentum that takes place. So there's going to be a really quick shift, maybe within your career or your passion or your inspiration or your purpose. The Nine of Cups is trying to come out. Six of Pentacles has just come out here as well. It's a sense of balance and reciprocity. We'll get some more information on that. But yeah, there'll be a very rapid, quick shift for you, Gemini, once you do ground your energy. Okay, things are going to move forward quite quickly. I just feel like you've been trying to move forward and you keep feeling like you're going backwards and haven't really been gaining momentum, but that's going to be changing for you soon. Okay, that's all going to be changing. We've got the World showing up here and the Page of Wands. You just have to excuse me, by the way, guys. I've been a bit sick this week with a head cold, so you can probably still hear that. But we've got the World and the Page of Wands. So this is some good news that's coming in here for you, Gemini, especially that World energy, which is the card of completion and travel and, a cycle coming to an end and celebration of all your hard work. There's some sort of good news coming in about this chapter of your life, some sort of, completion. And the Justice card just tried to come out. So there's definitely some sort of completion or karmic balance coming in for you this month. The Page of Pentacles, there could be some sort of study coming in or some money coming in. Something is coming into balance, especially with that Six of Pentacles energy. Okay, that's what that was all about. Something coming into balance in October, and we've got Temperance, which is the card of healing. Okay, so I really feel like for you, Gemini, that October is really about you handling obstacles gracefully. Queen of Wands, there she is. You are coming back into your power, okay? So I really feel like this month is about you handling obstacles gracefully, okay, making a decision that is going to change the trajectory of your life, okay, but really getting back down to your roots, to your child's-like self, and asking those questions, getting in touch with your inner child and asking, what is my why? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I contributing to the world? What makes me happy? What lights me up? Okay, and you're being really supported on that journey because you're actually closing out a very significant cycle here that needs to be celebrated. They don't want you to bypass the fact that you've worked really hard. This is a 10-year cycle, okay? It's the last 10 years. So in the month of October, there is this kind of clearing happening, a tying up of loose ends. I'm seeing a wheel turning. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there is some sort of fate or karma or something like that I feel like you've been in a lock. I feel like you've been in a non-movement. That Wheel of Fortune, the wheel hasn't been turning either way. It just hasn't been moving. And I feel like you've just been suspended in this energy and not gaining much momentum. But with that Eight of Wands, there's definitely going to be a shift of energy very soon and you will start moving forward again. Okay, there is some healing that's going to be coming in, like I said. And then with the Queen of Wands coming out, this is about you being confident again. So you might have been feeling like you've lost your confidence in recent months as well. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, there's a new opportunity coming in October. All right, my darling. So I feel like you've been in a lull. I feel like you've been in freeze state. Literally, as I said that, the Hangman just came out, which is literally the card of feeling stuck and stagnant, suspended in thin air, not moving forward, not moving anywhere really. So that is, really telling of where your energy's been at. So that's pretty much what's coming for you in October. There is going to be a shift in energy. You will be back in your power again before you know it. There is going to be momentum and movement forward. You just need to celebrate the last 10-year cycle that you've been through and all the things you've learned and overcome and all the amazingness that you've achieved. Try not to be focused too much on where you're going and what you're doing, and instead and rather on what you have become and what you've achieved. Focus on your why. Get back to your hometown or your roots, or go somewhere that really gets you back into your childlike self and your why, and you can expect some really great leaps and bounds to happen in the month of October. And I'm really excited actually to do your November reading and see what comes up for you there. Thank you so much for letting me read your energy, Gemini. Mwah. I hope you have the most amazing October. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you can be updated when I post your next reading. I love you. Have the most amazing week, and I'll see you soon.